Thanks for tuning into Profit Insights, and we are in conversation with Dr. Anish Shah of Mahindra & Mahindra. He's of course the Ficci chair as well, but talking to him in the position of the Group CEO of Mahindra & Mahindra, because they have enacted some changes at the top tech of various group companies. Dr. Shah, good having you. Thanks for taking the time out. What's led to this?
So first, glad to be here with you, Neeraj. For us, talent development is a very important aspect of what we do. And we continually look for ways to groom, develop our talent. And as we had an opportunity to make a change, we've got a group CFO moving to holidays. It is a business that we feel has tremendous potential, one of our growth gems, one that we want to grow 5x over the next 5 to 7 years. And Manoj has done a great job as CFO, has helped stabilize a lot of things. And he goes in to be able to now take the next step in his career to work with a business that has huge potential, one that also has a very strong foundation. And I would give Kavinder a lot of credit for what he has built there, and also has a very strong team. So we're really looking at uh, tripling the number of resorts we have in the next 5 to 7 years, and growing our revenue 5x. So these are the goals that we've set for the business. And we feel that Manoj is a very strong leader to be able to go and take that forward. It's also enabled us to make a number of other moves. We've got Amar Barua, a very strong finance leader, coming in as group CFO. And he comes on to help the group to make the next move to grow exponentially from where we are today. We also have announced a number of other changes in our finance organization. Our Life Spaces CFO moves to holidays. Our Solar CFO moves to Life Spaces, and we've identified a very strong leader to take on the Solar CFO role, which we shall announce shortly. So these are some of the changes that will help significantly from a talent development front. These are great changes for all the leaders involved, and is one that really portrays the Mahindra Group as one that's a leader from a talent standpoint.
Okay. And are these being done in order to expedite growth, or to carry on what's been happening at some of the businesses, if not all, over the last few years? I'm just trying to understand, were some of these changes done because you felt that some of the businesses needed quote unquote new talent to take the mantle of growth higher?
We are very well placed in terms of driving growth. It's something that we've started a couple of years ago once our capital allocations actions were done. And we've seen multiple businesses grow very well over the last 2 years. So the momentum is great. That's moving forward. So the changes are not because something wasn't working well. The changes are really because we feel that as we groom and develop talent, we want them to take broader exposures, look at different things, and take on bigger roles across the group. We have 20 industries. We have the ability to give multiple experiences to our talent. And that's really the path we are following here. In addition to career paths, what we've also done is put in some very strong leadership development programs. At the senior level, we have the Future Shapers program. At the next level, we have the Mahindra Accelerated Leadership Track. And these are year-long programs with universities like Harvard, like Carnegie Mellon playing a role in them, and a number of other learning interventions that help groom the best leaders. And for us, it's about creating that very strong leadership bench. We've been able to attract very strong talent from all the top companies around the world. And that's something that we are now taking forward in terms of developing and grooming them. So that's really the philosophy behind the moves.
Got it. And I presume you would need a large leadership bench, considering the growth ambitions that you have for various group companies, not just the 2 or 3 premier ones or the mothership, but the other ones as well below, because you are aiming for fairly high numbers of growth for almost each of these businesses, Dr. Shah.
That's exactly right. And that's really the reason behind the strong focus on talent. And we have brought in some very, very good leaders over the last few years. And these are the leaders now taking on bigger roles and helping us grow and meet the goals that we have.
Now, you've spoken to us on the budget, of course, but I'm just trying to understand the last 12 months with all that's happening on GDP, the kind of interest that global firms would have shown, which you spoke to me about at Davos, and now the budget putting that impetus on growth and capex, while it may be a smaller growth number, but still a very large number per se. How prepared is Group M&M and various businesses within that to grow at a faster clip than or not than, I'm not talking about relative terms, but in absolute terms, at a fast clip over the course of the next 12 to 24 to 36 months?
We are ready there, Neeraj, and we have already started our engines. We are moving very rapidly. Our growth gems have a target of 5x growth over the next 5 to 7 years. We're not talking in percentages anymore. We're just talking in multiples at this point in time. Our large businesses have, again, very lofty goals, and that's something that we are well positioned to be able to drive forward. So our focus is on exponential growth over the next few years.
Just wondering if the budget in any fashion enables that, because a lot of people are talking about how this plays to the gallery of ratings, of lowering or disinflation on costs, maybe interest rates, so on and so forth, in some sense for the group, not just for India Inc., but I'm talking to you in the position of the head honcho at Mahindra and Mahindra. In some sense, does the budget tick some of the boxes that the group would have wanted it to tick?
It definitely does, because the group is, in a sense, a representation of India. We work across 20 different industries, and we see this budget as one that is focused on long-term growth, that addresses innovation, that addresses uh, climate change, areas that are important from our standpoint. It enables Make in India. The logistics actions that are outlined there will help us be more competitive. The reforms that states are encouraged to do will help us be more competitive as well. So all of these actions position the Indian economy very well, and in that sense, position the Mahindra Group very well.
One last question, Dr. Shah. Lofty growth goals are great. They come with some bit of risks as well. To your mind, what is it on the anvil that you can foresee right now, which you would want to combat, if you will? Because the black swans are, well, anyways, not known.
The risks are always there. Whether you grow, whether you don't, whether you are conservative or whether you're aggressive, risks will be there from all places. Our focus is that there are tremendous opportunities. India is a shining spot in the world right now. It is up to us to be able to go out there, demonstrate excellence in what we do, have a very strong talent bench, and with that, be able to outperform significantly. So that's our approach. Yes, we will face risks, we will face challenges. We've dealt with them well in the past, and we will continue dealing with them as we go forward.
And you probably have the bench strength, or developing the bench strength, to be able to do that in a better fashion going ahead. Dr. Shah, great having you. Thanks for taking the time out and explaining us these changes which follow some of the others that you've done. All the best with all of these.
Thank you very much, Neeraj.
The pleasure was ours, and viewers, thanks for tuning in.